I'm not a big comic book reader, but I am a huge Godzilla fan as well as a Power Rangers fan. So when it was announced that the King of the Monsters would be going up against my favorite teenagers with attitude, I knew I had to investigate. So let's jump right into Godzilla vs. the Mighty Morphin Power Rangers Issue 1. We open with Tommy spying on Rita and her minions in an ancient tomb. Zordon tells him to stay out of sight, but Tommy's all like, "I'm gonna get a closer look." And then Zordon's all like, "I specifically told you not to do that." Goldar, Scarpina, and the Putties just got done killing a bunch of monks. A bit gruesome, but okay. Rita starts going on about this gem that has the power to bring them to another dimension just when Tommy swoops in and tries to save the day. But Rita figures out how to use the gem and they all get transported to
a universe without the Power Rangers!
They discover that they're on some sort of alternate version of Earth just when Godzilla and Megalon duking it out in Angel Grove. I gotta say, it's nice to see Megalon being used, even if it is just for a moment since Godzilla annihilates him. As the battle rages on, a flying saucer appears overhead. Could it be? Yes, it's the Exilians! This was definitely unexpected. After a brief struggle, the Zillions surrender and Rita demands that they take her to their leader. Meanwhile, back at the command center, the other Rangers are trying to figure out what happened to Tommy.
Ay. What if Rita captured Tommy, or took over his mind once more?
Calm the frick down, Alpha. I detected a pulse of dimensional energy. If I can trace Tommy's energy signature, I should be able to send the Power Rangers after him.
So, like most of us, Rita sees Godzilla do what he does best and thinks he's awesome. So much so that she wants to add him to her army of monsters. But the Supreme Controller of Planet X shows up and is all like, "I am afraid you overestimate your own abilities." Well, that's an accurate statement if I ever heard one. Rita spends the entire first season of Mighty Morphin Power Rangers overestimating her abilities. Since the Zillions want the Earth for its natural resources and Rita wants the Earth because, they decide to work together. Immediately upon seeing Godzilla, Tommy summons the Dragon Zord. And yes, I had a goofy smile on my face when I got to this part. Dragon Zord just so happens to be my favorite Zord of all time, probably because he's basically Godzilla. Plus, you put the word dragon in front of any other word, it automatically sounds awesome. Dragon Dagger, Dragon Tooth, Dragon Book, Dragon Force. Anyway, Rita tries to control Godzilla, but it doesn't work, and we get some really amazing visuals of Godzilla versus Dragon Zord. My 5-year-old heart is so happy. Can we just take a moment to appreciate this? Godzilla defeats Dragon Zord, the other Rangers finally show up, and to be continued. Overall, I'd say I had a good time reading issue 1 of Godzilla vs. Mighty Morphin Power Rangers. Like I said at the beginning, I'm not a big comic book reader, so I don't have much to compare this to. I'm gonna try my best to give a comprehensive review. Let's start with the artwork. As you can see, I got cover B by E.G. Sue because Godzilla vs. Dragon Zord. The art on this cover is bright, colorful, very detailed with nice crisp lines and is very easy on the eyes. Got some nice looking shading going on here, very neat, very cool. I feel like the line work throughout the issue isn't quite as crisp as on the cover, but you can still see all the details and again, the colors really pop. Side note, is it me or does Zordon look like Professor Xavier from the 90s X-Men cartoon? I think the story and dialogue flow pretty well. I didn't feel bored at any point while reading this, and that's saying something seeing as I have the attention span of a squirrel. The 5 main Rangers basically only have cameos in this first issue. We don't see them in all their morphed glory until the very end, which is actually a pretty good cliffhanger. I'm sure we'll get more of them in issue 2. Speaking of which, we actually get a preview of issue 2 where things aren't looking so good for our teenagers with attitude. My guess is the Megazord is gonna meet the same fate as Dragonzord. And looks like we get a taste of Miss Namikawa. I'm wondering if she actively fights the Rangers or if she just kinda sits back, barks orders, and laughs maniacally like Rita. Judging from this artwork, I'm guessing she'll have a pretty big role, but I guess we'll just have to wait and see. So, what are your thoughts on Godzilla vs. Mighty Morphin Power Rangers so far? And what do you think will happen next? Leave your comments down below. Don't forget to subscribe and hit that notification bell so you don't miss any uploads from me. Like this video if you had a good time here today, and be sure to follow me on my socials so you know what's coming up next. Thanks for watching, see you next time.